Hello, this is Mrs. Harris. I'm going to be passing out a packet called Tone, Mood, and Style. I'm putting it into this PowerPoint assignment, and it's going to be flipped. However, the last two assignments you'll find out are actually optional and extra credits. So let's go. The reason for this assignment, the goal, is for, instead of me saying, look for the tone, look for the mood, what's the style, for you to understand how to look at the words in what you read and figure that out. So I'm going to say this again. The goal is, instead of saying, look for tone and mood and the style of the writer, and you just make a guess, I don't know, happy, sad, scary, I want you to look at the actual words the writer chooses and infer what those words say about the tone, mood, and style. So I want you to look deeper into the actual words the author uses. That's the goal. Okay, here's the word bank: author, reader, feels, attitude, narrator, character. This we did in class already. We watched the video, so I'm going to go through this. Tone is the blank of the blank, or the blank, or even the blank, but the mood is how the blank when reading the story. What do you think that is? I'm going to take a second. You can try to figure that out. Okay, tone is the attitude of it could be the author or the character or the narrator. Mood is how the reader feels when reading the story. I hope you got that one. Okay, style, tone, and voice. Style, diction, tone, and voice. I got this from Wheaton College. I like this a lot. Style is the way in which something is written as opposed to the meaning of what is written. So not what are you reading, but how is it written. Style includes diction, that's how language is expressed, and tone. The main goal is considering style is to present your information to match your purpose for the writing. So what words are you using to match the character or the people in the story? Style is used by using diction and or word connotations and tone, and we're going to practice that right now. Diction is word choice. When writing, use a vocabulary suited for the assignment. Words that have almost the same denotation, dictionary meaning, can have different connotations, implied meanings. Formal. You are not angry. Positive, and there's a negative. Positive be pruning the bushes, and negative be slashing the bushes. Let me go back up here. I apologize. Formal diction is are not angry, and casual diction is aren't mad, and slang is ain't tick. So again, who is a character in your story? So formal story, they are not angry, and casual is they aren't mad. It's not a very serious situation. And if you want to talk about teenagers who are talking in the cafeteria, it'd be ain't ticked. Okay, so now let's go down here. Pruning the bushes will be a positive comment. But if my husband is in a bad mood, maybe he's slashing the bushes. So that's a negative connotation. I shouldn't have said husband. It's husband or daughter or myself. Any gender could do that. Next slide. Connotations in the following sentences. Underline the word that has a negative connotation. So you're going to do this on your own. I'm going to go through the answers with you. Okay, the leader was his nation's most. Is it notorious, well-known, famous, advocate? We want a negative. A, trim. B, skinny. C, slender woman enter the room. The man was inebriated, drunk, intoxicated. We want the most negative. Where did you find that outfit, get up, or attire? So I'm going to pause a little bit and see if you can do the first one right here. The leader, and then a trim, skinny, or slender woman, and then the man was inebriated, drunk, intoxicated. And where'd you find that outfit, or get up, or attire? So let me pause, and you can circle that one on your packet. And just to be clear, it is on the packet page. I'm sorry, page 2. I apologize. So let me give you a second. Okay, so you can disagree with me, but I'm going to say, if I say famous, I think that's pretty positive, so I'm not going to choose it. If I say well-known, I think the person is, that's not so bad. I think notorious could have a negative because you can be notorious for a good or bad thing. That's just my opinion. The next one, I personally think slender is fine. I think trim is fine. I think skinny is a little more negative. Again, you can disagree. And then the man, I definitely think inebriated and intoxicated are a little more positive than drunk. And then where did you find that? I would say get up would be the most negative. I think outfit and attire are fine. Attire is more formal. Outfit is a little less formal. I think get up is the most negative. And if you disagree, I understand. All I want you to do is look into the word choice the writer is making and why they're choosing that word. If they're saying get up, the writer is saying something negative. They're saying attire positive. So we can disagree on this, but please look at the word choice of the author before you come up with connotations, which can help you get tone, the author's attitude toward the text. Style, read two different styles. I love this one as well. And you got to tell me which one is written differently and why. Which one brings out the writer's inner personality, which one's more entertaining, which one is more formal. So there's one that's going to be more formal, and there's one that's going to be more like the writer's inner personality. So one's less formal, one's more formal. One has style, personality, and one's more formal. Let's go to that one. And again, you know what? I'm still on page 2. I'm on page 2 in your packet. Here it is. Okay, right here. What style is this paragraph written in? Formal and formal humorous. I love my children, but I hate changing their poopy diapers, especially when my dog runs off with them. But there's one diaper I don't mind changing. Ironically, it was the most difficult diaper change ever, requiring 17 wipes and a blowtorch. All you parents out there know what I'm talking about. It's baby's first poop, commonly referred to as the tar poop. Although it's a horrible mess, you don't mind it. Mind because it's your brand new perfect baby and your brand new perfect baby's perfect poop. Okay, the next one is, what style is this paragraph written in? Formal and formal, humorous, or serious? Here I'm starting right here. My baby son's first baby bowel movement mirrors the 2007 NBA Finals. As a Cavaliers fan, I witnessed my favorite team put forth a horrendously crappy display of basketball, but since it was their first finals ever, I really didn't mind. I was just happy they got there. This pride reflects the pride of becoming a new father. So take a second. Again, this is page 2 of your packet. Read along and tell me what the mood is, what the tone is. I'm sorry, what the tone is, not the mood. How is the tone is how the narrator or writer, how they approaching it, not how you are approaching it. Tone is, and look at their word choice. When I look at the words they're choosing. And so hopefully you looked at poopy diapers on the first one. I hope you looked at blowtorch. Those are words that help you come up with tone and the style. Baby's first poop is tar poop. And then, of course, the next one you would look at bowel movement would tell you what it was. We have a horrendously crappy display because crappy is in parentheses. The writer knows it's informal and it's different from his formal writing. Display is formal. This pride reflects the pride of becoming a new father. So I'm going to choose the first one as, I like informal and humorous for the first one. The second I'm choosing formal and humorous. I think it's a little bit humorous, but I think it's more formal. Next slide. Tone could be logical or emotional, intimate or distant, serious or humorous. Sentence length or word choice can determine your tone. So I'm in the very next page in your packet. A journal might be like a conversation with a close friend where there is the freedom to use slang or other casual forms of speech. A column for a newspaper may be more like a high school graduation speech. It can be more formal, but it can also be funny or familiar. An academic paper is a formal speech at a conference. In all these cases, there is some freedom of self-expression while adapting to the audience. In the same way, writing should change to suit the occasion, and it does, and that's why you have to look at the word choice to get your style, your tone. Effective voice in student writing. Who are you writing to? What is the personality of the character you're writing to? What is the purpose for your writing? Who is the person speaking? What is the person's personality like? You try to match this personality through words and using your story. So this person use formal words, slang words, old-fashioned expressions, jokes. Next slide. Okay, this should be on the very next page. You should see a story called Thank You, Ma'am, and I actually have the answers in the packet, and I hope you don't cheat. Try to read the story Thank You, Ma'am, and figure out what the style is. The voice. So style, how is it written? Voice, look at the words. How does the woman and the boy sound with these words? What are the personalities? Diction, how does the author make these characters seem like real people? What words are used? Tone, it should be how do the words help us see how the woman views her situation. And mood, how do we, the reader, view the young man? So I hope you read the story. Even if you look at my answers below, I would like you to look at the word choice and see how they get there. So I'm going to pause, and I hope you go to the next slide after you read that story in your packet. Okay, here are the answers. I don't know if I paused long enough, but hopefully you paused the presentation. Style is chronological, goes first, second, third. It's pretty simple, and it's authentic. The characters act real. The voice, the words used need to sound like a sympathetic working class woman who'd rather teach the kid a lesson than hurt him or call the police. The boy says, "You're going to take me to jail?" And that kind of tells you that he's authentic, and makes her sympathetic when he asks this question. And she says, "Not with that face. I would not take you nowhere." So she's acting maternal. "Then we'll eat," said the woman. "I believe you're hungry. Been hungry to try to snatch my pocketbook." Maternal. And she's sympathetic. And the diction, "going to take me to jail," says the kid it's very natural. It's very informal. So he's talking it's his informal speech to give the character sense of what a real teenager would sound like. So we have compassionate for the woman, surprising because we don't expect her to rescue him. Optimistic, she's going to help him out. The woman said, "You ought to be my son. I would teach you right from wrong." Very positive and optimistic attitude towards someone who tried to mug her, take her purse. "Least I can do right now is to wash your face. Are you hungry?" So her tone toward the situation is positive. She's going to make something positive out of it, optimistic. The mood, our mood is different. We're probably judgmental of this boy. We resent this woman. We respect this woman because she's helping him out. So we're respectful of a woman who's going to make a bad situation better, and we're judgmental of a boy. You're going to mug an old lady. And there's some tense and suspenseful moments because, again, this woman is being mugged and she takes this kid back to her house. We're going to be practicing that with our literature throughout the week. But look at this last part. There are 2 extra credit assignments, only because I don't want to give you too much extra work. I love these assignments. I hope you read through them and give it a shot. According to your effort is how I attribute the points, but no more than 10 points per each assignment. But it depends on your efforts. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in class.